Should members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints be liberal or conservative? Go.
Okay, so this is a very loaded question. So
That's why we're leading with it.
I know, yes, this is why. Okay, so I'm going to kind of spin this a little bit, and I'm going to go off of one of my favorite quotes by Abraham Lincoln. And I don't remember the context behind the question, but his answer to somebody was, "Sir, my concern is not whether or not God is on our side, but whether we are on God's side, for he is always right." So I believe that we can have different political views, we can have different opinions on things, but when it comes down to it, as members of the church, we covenant with God to stand as a witness of God at all times, in all things, and all places. So what that means to me is that we don't bring our politics necessarily to church. We let the church and the doctrine change us, and we align his will with our will. Because the most important thing, as President Nelson said, is not labeling ourselves. Like, we need to be careful with labels, and that the most important one that we go with is child of God.
Yep.
And I would like to add covenant keepers, because again, we covenant to stand as a witness of God at all times. And so I think the problem that I'm noticing with some members of the church is that they want to bring worldly ideas into the church, or from their party into the church, and they want to change the doctrine, and, oh, this doesn't align with what I believe with this way, or with this president, or whatever it may be. And then they want to change what the scriptures say, or they want to twist what the scriptures say to fit with that narrative, instead of looking and saying, okay, this is a huge political problem right now. What does God think about this? And going to the scriptures and having like an open heart, and, being humble and asking him, okay, what would you have me do? How should I vote on this issue? Or, what should I advocate for? And what should I kind of, which way should I think about this? And that's the most difficult thing, I think, because it's so easy to make your mind up on something, and you're like, I feel really strongly about this issue, and kind of just make up your mind without doing any research on it. And and for me, at least, I don't know about you, I'm sure I'll ask you that, but for me, I like, okay, let's open up the scriptures,